Hi, my name's Russ, and if you are one of those people who is feeling kind of disoriented and trying to get your bearings, it's really frustrating, maybe even disorienting, all the different changes that are going on, and you'd like to be more proactive about it. You don't want to just always have to react to the latest news and crisis, but you're looking for something that's going to help ground you a little bit more in God and the life of God and give you some strength, give you a different sense of purpose and peace. I think the stuff here is going to really help you. It's part of what I call daily grace, and I'm going to have a series of videos, so if this is helpful, I hope you'll like it. If you got some comments, boy, I'd love to hear those comments, if what's helpful, what's not, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. It's all part of what the 5 habits of hope, and in the first one, I talked about daily grace, the 5 motions of G-R-A-C-E. The first one I talked about the first 2, grace, of G and the R, because that's how we start the day. And it's a simple way, it's a 3-step process using a psalm, a verse out of the Psalms that says, "This is the day that the Lord has made, let us rejoice and be glad in it." So there was this sense of, so what is it that makes today unique? That's the first question. What is it about this day that makes this day this day? What is it about that day? Second, where will I rejoice? What are the things, where's the gratitude of the gifts that have been given to get me to this day? And then finally, being glad. How do I need to show up today? How will I need to show up this day in order to make glad people, myself and others? Not to be glad for this day, because there's a lot of days that we wouldn't be glad for, but what do I need to do in order to be glad and to bless others in the midst of it? So it takes about 5 minutes to do that around a cup of coffee. Now you can spend more time, but that's a great way to start. What I want to do today is jump to the end. I want to start with the E, the examine, at the end of the day, because if you start your day well and you end your day well, boy, does that make a big difference, and that's a great habit to get into. So just a word of explanation. Examine is a way of reviewing your day, examining it, but it's as a devotional exercise. It is doing it within the presence of the love and the grace of God. It was made most famous through Ignatius, who has a classic Examen, and if you know me, you know I've gotten a lot out of that, and if you'd like to do the classic Examen, by all means, it'll be worth your while. He was the founder of what became the Jesuits, and it is an ongoing way. But I wanted to find something particularly in this time that was even more simple. And so what I came up with is three questions at the end to finish your day. Just like we start with 3 questions, we're going to end with 3 questions. And the first question is where did I experience grace in my day? What were the encounters or the interactions? What were the thoughts? Who were the people? It's a way of reviewing your day in the presence of God, and where was grace revealed in my day. This is a great way just to go over your day, whether you're using a journal or whether you're just laying in bed before you go to sleep, and just start to think through. And when you do that, at least what I find is that, oh yeah, I had that conversation. Oh, that's right. And then this thing happened, and it helps me to savor my day, and it makes grace very tangible. Here's the everydayness of my life. Here's the spirituality of the everyday that is the grist, and it's the raw material for my devotion. Which brings me to the second question, and this is, and what did grace reveal in me? This starts to get to the traction of your life. This starts to get to some of the classic pieces of the Examen that Ignatius gave. And it says, so what drained me? What filled me up? In the classic language, it was, what were the consolations and the desolations of the day? What were the things that gave me life? What were the things that just drained life out of me? What did I notice what was going on in me? Where did I light up? Where did I get triggered? And then, what was my part in that? What was my part in that? And what's still rumbling in me? What's still kind of the unfinished business of this day? What did grace reveal in me? Which sets up for the next and the last question is, so how might grace be revealed through me in the days to come? What, by the grace of God, with the help of God, do I want to do differently? Maybe it is to follow up on that call that left me questioning, or that unfinished business that, oh yeah, I need to follow up on that. And it just asks this question, okay, given the gift of this day, now then, what, with the help of God, do I want to do in the day to come, so that that same grace now begins to work through me? I think you can see that, how this begins to fold over into the next day, so that as I wake up and go, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice. Let us be glad. What do I need to do? This is the material that starts to spill over into the day. I think you can see how the material from the first part of the day begins to show up at the end of the day. And so this begins to build. Again, the genius of this, if there's any genius at all in these practices, is never that it is this, how long it takes, how deep it goes. It can go very deep, and it can take a long time, but it is the simple practice of again and again, this consistent way of waking up into the presence of God, of going to sleep in the presence of God, and grounding my life in it, and grounding myself in the grace of God. Hey, if this was helpful, give it a like. If you got a comment, and if you try this, and if you got some ideas, love to hear them. Or subscribe to the link here, and the information about the first video is here. And that way you'll get to have them. And I hope this helps, and I hope in whatever you do and however you do it, that your day is full of grace.